Yo, what's going on, Team Twitty? I hope you're all super well. Heading off for game day. As you can see, got the polo top on. And first grade game day tonight. Papa Tweety, you ready?
I'm ready.
He's ready. We're also picking up Matt, I believe his name is. I'm still trying to remember everyone's name. I'll get there though. So with first grade game time means we're playing at 7 o'clock tonight, 7 o'clock start. I think I prefer the later time, definitely actually. Do you?
Oh yeah. It's much better. It doesn't take up the whole day.
Oh yeah. So we got about, it's an hour and a half trip, isn't it?
Roughly.
About
100 kilometers.
Gee, I remember saying that last time I went there, 100 Ks. So we'll see if Matty wants to get on camera, but let's get driving. All right, we're in the car, Papa Tweety. We got Matt. How you going, mate?
All good, mate. Just on the way to the game away at Camden Tigers today.
Big game.
Big game.
Now, you've signed very recently. You've had one extra game than me.
Yeah.
How are you finding it?
Yeah, it's alright. So I played out of position for the first game, played as a centre back.
Yeah.
Quite enjoyed it. You get a bit more space at centre back than you do at centre mid, but I want to move forward if I can, get back into the middle.
Yeah. Gotta love the middle. So Matt's obviously come from England, if you can't tell by the accent. Pretty thick on you. London.
Yeah, London.
Yeah, London way. Now, who are you playing with over there?
So I had quite a long career. I'm coming to the end of my days now playing. Played in like the Conference National, the Conference South, and dropped down into the Boston leagues as I got older and work gets more important.
Yeah.
So yeah, just come out for an Aussie experience, playing soccer out here as it's called.
Living the dream.
Living the dream.
So that's a bit on Matt. You'll see him throughout the video as well. This sun is killing me. Sure, we'll see Matt more often.
Yeah, for sure.
And yeah, catch you guys out there.
Well, here we are down at Camden, ready for the first game against Parramatta. I'm very excited for this. Could be really good. Anyway, we shall see. And this week, I've got the battery fully charged, so I can do the Papa Tweety ground round. Now, Camden is a lovely little suburban ground. It's not fancy like some of the big clubs, and I'm not going to be too hard on Camden, even though they don't have a proper grandstand, because sometimes these things depend entirely on politicians. If the politicians want the vote of the local people, they give them $5–10 million to build a fabulous ground, but it's pretty clear that none of the politicians really needed the people of Camden's vote, because they haven't given these guys $5 million, but they've done pretty well with what they've got. Let's go and have a look. So you know my whole thing is about height, because I'm the videographer and I want height. So over there's a little clubhouse with about 3 steps, no real height there, fairly small roof, and boy, it's crowded over there. I'm not going to video from there. And over this side we have this alternative grandstand, but at least they've made the effort to use their best resource, which is dirt, to build up towards the end there. It's about 2 meters high with some seats on it, so I'll be able to get a little bit of height. It's not completely flat. Apart from that, the field looks really good. It's mown very short. Looks like it's got a nice flat surface to play on, no complaints there. So really, I look at this and I save my biggest criticism for the clubs that have got that $5–10 million and they build something really stupid, something designed by architects who know nothing about football. And in that case, they build a whole lot of seats in the wrong place and they don't build it with any height. Anyway, I'm not going to criticise the Camden guys. I think they've done pretty well with what they've got. See you next week.
Alright, so I don't know what Papa Tweety was talking about with that ground review. Look at the middle of this field. It is shocking. I make a run in behind here. We should have played on. I don't know why the ref didn't just let it go for an extra second. I would have been in behind. But hey, he called it back for the free kick. Sucks, I would have been in on goal. But the middle of this field is absolutely horrendous, and it's not one of the fields you want to play on later on in the season. So what I found is this was my first game of MPL 3 men's football, and there's definitely a difference between MPL 2 and MPL 3. I don't know if it's going to be like this every week. Remember that this is my first week. So with that pass there, what I will say is I still need time to analyze what players want, where they want to receive the ball, what's their preferred foot. Do they like to receive the ball facing goal? Do they want to receive it in behind? Do they want their back on the defender when they receive it? These are the sorts of things that those top players think about when they're passing a ball. You listen to the likes of David Silva, I'm sure he would say the same thing, that he studies players. Turned into the player there. Poor. And I'll touch on that, so don't hammer me yet. Let me explain a little bit. So, yeah, I need to analyze what they want. Where do they want to receive the ball? And that takes time. You can't... 2 training sessions in a game, I'm still learning. So I played the ball in behind. Didn't work because I thought he was going to run in behind, but he clearly wanted it to feet. So these are the sorts of things you need to analyze as a player. Tried something there to turn forward, and now I want to touch on that. So what I found a lot in this game is, maybe because it was so back and forth and so in the air a lot of the time, my checking of the shoulders went out the window. And if you guys have watched my game videos before, you will see that I'll touch on this. They've, out of nowhere, 1-0. That's what I'm talking about. Bouncing ball. They didn't really create anything. Just bounced to a guy out of shot. So what I found is my checking of the shoulders and my awareness was poor. And it was nowhere near good enough. And if you've watched the videos before, these game day videos, I love checking my shoulders, seeing what's around me, seeing where I need to play the ball. And in this game, when I went through this entire video, I analyzed, I picked it apart, it clicked for me. And I went, I'm not checking my shoulders. I don't think I've checked my shoulder once throughout this game. And that's something that needs to be fixed. That is poor. It's incredibly poor. Here, this one, in behind, I just take my touch a little bit too hard. I would have been, not away, I would have been in a 1v3, but I would have had something a bit more than their throw-in. So that's what really let me down this game, I would say. Yes, look at this. A lot of the times when you guys are seeing these clips, they start off with the ball being kicked into the air and something happens. So going in for 50-50, just hustling, see an opportunity to win the ball, take it, and my first touch is out enough to drag the centre back out. Great pass by Ahmed, and then we go forward and score to make it 1-1. And we were also stoked with that. So, yes, first off, I need a little bit more time. I'm saying this for myself. I'm not explaining, I'm not creating excuses. I'm saying this for myself so that when I go into the next 2 training sessions with these guys, I'm analysing them. I'm analysing my wingers, my strikers, my defensive midfielders. Do my fullbacks like to get up and in behind? Those are the sorts of things I'm looking at. So this touch here, perfect. Drags that centre-back out, which gives Ahmed enough time to play that ball in behind. Great little pass around the corner, and then taps it around the keeper. Great finish. And those are the sorts of things I have to analyze at training in order to be better. Now, with the checking of the shoulder, my awareness, that just needs to improve for this game. I haven't had a problem with it before, especially playing in the middle. Here they pick up another one. Unfortunate, they didn't really create it. They just ran through. But that's something it was surprising to me, because I would say I don't really mess that up too much. I'm a sort of player that loves to know what's around me. So when that happened, I was like, oh, okay, this is a little bit weird. But hey, this is why we have the game analysis, so that I can look at this and learn and improve and get better, rather than just going, oh, that was a bad game, I turned into defenders. I'm learning why I turned into defenders. Here they take a free kick and it goes in, but they had to take it back because the guy had to wait for the ref's call. He actually took it before the refs told him to. That was interesting. Very interesting. Best free kick I've seen in a while. And then luckily his follow-up attempt was not so great. It just went straight to the keeper. So those are 2 things that I'm taking away from this game and going, those are what I need to fix. And if I can fix those, I'm going to be better than I was this week. You see that if you look back at that clip, I didn't check my shoulder. I had time and space to take the touch and pass it. Yes, I made a good pass, but I would have loved to know what was behind me. And that's, from my standards, it's not good enough. So those two things. Knowing what the other players want, I found that was a little bit of a problem. And then knowing what's around me definitely needs to be fixed. So if I, again, improve those better. Here, make the run in behind. Bit of a cross. I stumble here. Oh, man, I just lost my footing because the way the ball came, I couldn't get my foot up. But what I noticed, I controlled it with my right foot, which was weird. Maybe that's just because the way I was running, I could only adjust to control with my right foot. Definitely there, I should be controlling with the left. Didn't happen for me. Here, again, a lot of the clips, long balls, it's maybe this team forced us to play like that. But look, when we started to play football, we were much better. Controlling the ball, switching it out, way, way better. I think the first 10 minutes, I was very surprised at how we were playing. I was like, wow, this is interesting. Anyway, much better towards the end. They get on a little counter-attack going forward, and they put the ball through. Had to make this foul, kind of a foul. Penalty given, so they pick up a penalty. Probably should have been a red card. Very lucky to get away with a yellow. But hey, we'll take the yellow, and maybe, I guess we'll take the penalty. It might have been a one-on-one opportunity. But we'll definitely take this penalty. And bang, off the crossbar. So we're still at 2-1. We're still in this game, and our heads definitely lifted after that. We were pumped. Still playing as a number 10, so pick up the ball here. Again, not checking my shoulder there. It's not good enough from me. And I hope this is something you guys can take away as well. I do so much training on it with Jonah. Little drills that he helps me. Oh, look at that. If that guy goes down, it's a penalty as well. Keeper basically took him out, but he didn't fall over. Jonah takes me through those drills where I check my shoulder. I have to be spatially aware, and he's so big on it as well. And I'm just as big on it. I just need to fix it a little bit. Guy goes forward here. I'm looking for the back support. I don't think it... And oh, no, it does come to me. So I pick it up. And I whip this cross in because I see a guy running in at the back stick. And this here... So the ball comes back out to me. And I pick it up. And as soon as I do this, I go, wait. At that point, I go, why did I do that? We pick up a corner. It nearly went in, actually. But I go, why didn't I just take that guy on 1v1? That was silly, and I assume from me that comes from being spatially unaware. I'm unaware of where I am on the field, and you know that's better, much better. Taking the touch inside. Maybe I learned from my mistake on that one. I'm surprised by the amount of times I touched the ball in this game. Good little dribble there and finding that space, dragging players towards me. Unfortunate that we couldn't go straight forward from it, but I'm surprised how many times I touched the ball. And this is a lot more clips than usual. It's interesting. I would say the quality of the balls to me, it's not as I would have liked because a lot of them is in the air. I just maybe need to find a bit more space and work on that. But it is a different play style. It's different. I'm trying to adapt to it, winning those second balls as much as I possibly can. Put this one in behind, and he picks it up, looking for that support option. And this next clip, oh my goodness, this was probably our best clip to equalize. Best clip, best opportunity to equalize. So ball goes to me here. I pick it up, take my touch around, play this guy through, who then kind of cuts it back. And oh man, you can see how frustrated I am. So we leave Camden with a 2-1 loss. Right, so disappointing result. I want to quickly go through my player tracker, the little device that I wear to track how many kilometers I run, or miles if you're in America, and then what my speeds are, just to get an idea of how hard I worked and whether the game was a tough game, where I ran on the field, and see if I'm improving my top speed, that sort of stuff. It's all very, very interesting. So if we take a look, I ran 10.38 kilometers, 10.4, and that's 400 meters off my top PB of 10.81, which is close. 29.9 kilometers an hour. I don't remember this run. It says it's in the first half. I can't remember when I made that run, but I ran 29.9 kilometers, 28.1 in the second half. A lot of power runs, 68, match PB 75, and then my sprint distance was 9:24 with a match PB of 9:90. So look, from those stats, telling me that it's a tough game. I'm impressed that I got 29.9 kilometers an hour. And it kind of just gives me an insight as to how I went in the game with my fitness side of things. So, gonna end it there. If you want to pick up a player tracker, make sure you send me a message on Instagram and I'll give you guys a special hookup. But for now, Team Tweety, I'm signing up. Make sure you like, subscribe, and enjoy the journey. I'll see you very soon. Bye.